Well, hello, welcome. My name is Brianna McWilliam, and I am an author, educator, and creative arts therapist. And I'm really excited to welcome here Ava, who has taken the Healing Attachment Wounds group and has been willing to share a bit of her experience with that. So, Ava, the first question I would ask you is, what were you struggling with that made you come to want to purchase a course like this?
Yeah, when I looked at the course and decided to enroll, I was very much looking at stopping unhealthy patterns that I've been repeating all my life in intimate relationships. So I could intellectually see those patterns, but I was unable to break out of them. So that's the main reason why I came. I've done counseling before, I've done a lot of reading and self-help books, but although intellectually I understood them, I didn't seem to be able to break it. And then I came across the course and I thought this would be really helpful to do and really useful. So I enrolled and I'm really glad I did. It's made a big difference to me.
Oh. And so the second question I might ask is, what would you say are 2 to 3 things that you take away from the course or that you felt were impactful for you?
The course to me has been very helpful in releasing emotions. I'm a very intellectual person. I think things through a lot. So I was ruminating and ruminating. But the course has brought me down to my emotions to think about what is it I'm feeling and to let those out, to know what they are, because I didn't know what they were, and to actually release them through a lot of the experiential activities. So the combination of the two things to me has been an absolute winner, very, very different to anything else I've done before. So that's one of the main things. Another thing that's been really helpful to me has been understanding it. Although I've read a lot about it, watching the videos has helped me understand it better. It's explained in a very approachable manner. I had heard a lot of the things before. I read about them before, but they're all brought together. So my intellectual part was satiated, so I could hear and understand all of that again, but then I had to do the experiential part, which is what I was lacking. So that was really useful, and this is one of the reasons why I think I'm so glad I took the course.
Oh, I love to hear that. And is there any one particular lesson or experiential or favorite part of the course that stood out to you the most?
The experiential in particular, so looking at the emotions, looking at where they are, looking at the colors, that helped me know what I actually felt, because I actually didn't know how I felt. I wasn't allowed to express anger when I was a child. I wasn't allowed to express what I perceived as negative emotions. That my view on that's changed. I don't necessarily think they're negative emotions anymore. I think they're alert systems, which is quite different. So being able to look at all of that, there was exercises as well at looking at the family compositions and the energies between the family members, and that was incredibly useful to see where am I at, where is everyone else at, and where do I want to be, which is not what I was. So that's made me make some very, very big life changes since I've done this course, which I'm in the middle of doing. So definitely worth it, yes.
And I just have one more question for you, and that is, if someone were on the fence about joining the course or they were interested in joining the course, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I would say do not hesitate. Definitely take this course. I'm sure that you've read the books. I'm sure that you've gone to a counselor like I did, and it's intellectual. This course will give the experiential. It will bring the two things together. It will help you feel your emotions, go to your body, and kind of process through that. So I would say just do it. It took me a while. I decided, shall I not? And I thought, yeah, it's worth it. And I think it was definitely very worth doing this course.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that's been your experience of the course.
Yeah,
I deeply appreciate your sharing that with us. And thank you so much for that.
no problem.